Hey guys, welcome back to Pixel Dynamics with Arshdeep Singh. In this video, we're going to learn a modern design to code workflow. We're going to combine two of the most popular tools, Figma for design, and the second one is Replit. Replit is an instant browser-based app deployment AI tool, which primarily uses Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet as its base model for coding. Replit is more suitable for non-technical founders, students, and hobbyists who want to build, host, and deploy full-stack applications quickly without any local environment setup. It is highly capable of using Figma files and convert them into live code. So let's get started. In front of me, I have a Figma file in which we are looking at a form component. The form has a title, it has two inputs, one toggle button, and a submit button. And if we look at the visuals of this form, it is using the gradient fill for the background and for the button as well. Also, if you notice carefully, the button also has a subtle shadow. The reason I have added this complexity because in the real world scenario, this is how a typical form would look like. Of course, we can always improve the visuals of the items as we want, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Now, the second important thing in this Figma file is the way we have structured this form. If you look on the left hand side in the layers panel, we have the entire form structured in auto layout. Auto layout is a feature in Figma that helps you create scalable pixel perfect designs. And if you observe the auto layout layers, you will notice all the layers are properly named. Form component, the parent auto layout is named as form component, and then we have form title, input, username, email address, password, terms and conditions, and submit button. If we understand how to work with Figma and auto layout, the final code Claude-based Replit will be creating for us will be much more precise. Now let's jump into Replit and use this Figma file in Replit to create a final functional form. Here in my search results, I'm going to click this option, Get Claude and Replit. Now we are taken straight away into the UI for Replit. Let's sign in or log in, and then you can choose any one of the methods. Alright, I am now logged in. On the left hand side, the first option is Create App, which essentially is this page only. And then you have Import Code. If you have a file or a code file already on your computer, you can simply click this button and then you can upload it from the computer or use GitHub or any of the design file in Figma also, which we're going to do now. Click Design File. And for the design file, it's going to require a link. Let's jump back into our Figma file, click Share, and when we click Share on the top, there is option to copy the link, click Copy Link. Now the link is copied to your clipboard. Let's jump back to Replit, and then in Replit, I'm going to paste this link here. And then you can choose either one of those options, public view or private view. For now, let's just keep it private. Click Import from Figma. Just make sure that you're also logged into your Figma account. If that was not the case, it would ask you with a pop-up to log in into Figma. Now what Replit has done, it has directly taken that Figma link and now it has started working on the design, a live working form. If you notice, I have not added any prompts. Alright, now in less than a minute, our form is ready. It is coded and functional. But at the same time, we have some problems with this form. And that's because some of the structuring in my Figma file is not proper. Claude is exactly replicating that design, layer by layer, auto layout by auto layout, and using the properties for the auto layouts to create the exact variation. If you notice, email and password, the inputs are extending all the way to the right. But our terms and conditions and submit button is not. And that is because we did not structure our Figma file properly. And I had actually left it on purpose so that you can see exactly how important the structuring of Figma file when processing it through AI tools. Let's go back to Figma file. Let's see what exactly was the problem. Let's try to stretch this form so that you can see what exactly is happening. Notice our inputs are increasing, but terms and conditions and button is not. And that is because the fill property for these inputs is fill. But in the case of terms and conditions, it is fixed. Therefore, AI tool Replit is using the same properties. And if you want to learn Figma and master auto layout, you can join one of my courses on Udemy that will not only teach you the fundamentals of Figma, but how to create scalable auto layout component-based designs that later you can perfectly use with AI. On a side note, I also believe that AI and Figma is going to be the new way the way software is developed. So therefore, learning these two skills becomes ever more important. Before quickly jumping into Replit, let's define its property as field container. And now the terms and conditions and submit button will also now increase or decrease in size as we pull the width of the form. Let's jump back into Replit. Back in Replit, now let's review the responsive properties. On the right hand side top, click screen sizes. And from here, you can choose multiple dimensions as to which one you want to try. And you can see it is properly functional and responsive. Now in this AI created design preview, I want to be able to select items and make changes to them. For that, we're going to use Replit's Select Elements tool, which is right here just below the prompt area. Click Select Element, hover on any of the elements you want to make changes. Once you click the element, you will see the properties that you can change just above the prompt area. You can manually define the properties. For example, 10 to 12 pixels. You can see the change happening in real time. Next to the button, we can also give it a prompt to make any change we want. Since our selected element, which is button, is placed in the prompt area, we can give an additional prompt so that AI can start making those changes. For example, make this button rounded. So it is up to you. You can give any prompt to make any changes. An important thing to understand about Claude, the Replit software, is that you're given only few credits per day in the free version. However, if you want more credits, you can sign up for Replit's paid subscriptions if this is something that you want to use on a regular basis. In order to publish this form, what I will need to do is click on Publish on the right hand side top. And in Publish, I have few options. The primary URL. In case you are on a paid version, you will be able to use your own domains. Click Adjust Settings. Here you can select deployment type, machine configuration, build command, run command, deployment secrets. These are credentials you need for deployment purposes, configurations, and security related aspects. Now let's click Publish. Once published, Replit is going to create a link for you which you can copy and then paste it into the browser. So that covers the tutorial on how to use Figma design files with Claude-based Replit to create working functional apps. Please note this is just the basic setup. Even if you're on the paid membership with access to additional credits, the workflow remains the same. The fundamentals remains the same, which is you want to make sure that your Figma file is properly structured and auto layout. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more AI and design tutorials. See you in the next video.